Regina is this kind of person. She's an extrovert that just loves going out, and she's a Gen Z.
Yeah.
But the husband is an old school, the traditional kind of man that the wife needs to, yes sir, worship and so on.
But the man
so these are two different people.
gave her a time.
But she already had a boyfriend. How did she fall in love with a 40-year-old instead of a 50-year-old man? I'm confused.
She even had a boyfriend at
She
that
had a
time.
boyfriend.
She wasn't too young to have a boyfriend.
She had a boyfriend, then she had to break up.
Exactly.
She wasn't too young to have a boyfriend as at that time. A man could marry one wife and have 10 girlfriends.
So you think it's okay?
If you check the numbers of women we have in the world and the numbers of men we have in the world,
I hope you're not saying what you want to say. What
I'm not looking at you right now.
trying to run away from this.
That statistic is not
I'm
actually
looking at you right now.
Do you think if Ned was a poor man, Reginald would want to marry Ned?
Me.
Do you think Reginald's mother would want Reginald to marry Ned?
And that is
if
what I'm
Ned
saying.
was a poor man?
That's what I'm saying.
Ned did not in any way ruined Reginald's life. He did not. He gave. I even mentioned he gave the mother hundreds of millions of naira.
Do you think Ned too was not abusing the marriage?
Exactly. Do you know how toxic Reginald must have been?
How?
So you're saying Regina is a gold digger?
I'm coming.
She is a gold digger, but how many of our colleagues in the Nollywood industry are living the kind of life Reginald is living?
Do you think polygamy is about love or is it about power and control? Hello and welcome to another episode on More Than Headline. My name is Glory James and I'm here with Emma Dion. Please say hello to the camera.
Hello.
And also have here Samuel.
Hello, I'm happy to be here.
And here the beautiful Oluwa Grace.
Hi everyone.
Okay, today's conversation isn't about gossip, trust me, but about love, power and pain. So the actress Regina Daniel and Senator Ned Nwoko's situationship, if that's it. Is it situationship?
It's marriage.
So that conversation, that story has been dominating the headlines. And behind all of those dramas and the noise, we have some questions we need to come back and ask ourselves. Does this conversation, does this situation, what does it reveal to our choice of love and comfort, our choice of relationship, and even gender role? So today, ladies and gentlemen, I have a question to ask, so I need your honest opinion. Oluwa Grace.
No, don't start from me.
I'll start from you. So when you hear Ned and Regina, what comes to your mind? When you hear
Two
about their
lovebirds.
marriage, welcome to Lovebirds.
Still love very
Interesting. Am I deal?
Well, a once happy marriage now crumbled.
Samuel.
When I hear of Ned and Regina, I see a situation where like a father and daughter situation, but they got married.
Why do you say so?
Because first of all, the age bracket. Secondly, Regina was not fully developed to the full man she was supposed to be before getting into marriage. So, yes.
Do you agree with that?
I really don't.
How old was she before she got into married?
Before she can get married,
How old was she when she got married?
she was around 19 or so.
17, 18, let's just say around that bracket.
No,
17,
that's-
18, 19,
no.
any of those. Because initially she said 17, but the voter's card in which we can't tell would say 19. So we can't tell between 17 and 19.
But I heard she was born in 2000.
Okay, from the voter's card Ned presented, it was shown that she was born in 1998.
But anybody can fake voter's card.
No,
the age.
that is a government property. You can't say it is faked. Like it's.
Was that her birth certificate?
No, it's
Why
a
did she show us her birth
government.
certificate?
No, it is a government property. And if you're saying that it is fake, that means you can't hold Ned to it. You hold the people that faked the age, or you hold Reginald. You have to hold Reginald. But Ned has presented a voter's card, and Ned has shared his side of the story. He said that when he met Reginald, he asked her, "How old are you?" And she said she was 21. He said, "Okay, can you back this up?" And she presented her voter's card.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the story.
But that's crazy because I heard she was born in 2000. So
yes.
if their marriage was in 2019, I don't even know, right? So that means she
about
Probably was
17,
about
18 or
18
at that time.
yes.
And with the age, 18 years can get married.
Can get married.
You're not-
adults in
But
Nigeria.
even at that 18-year-old isn't fully developed mentally. An
What exactly is not
18-year-old
developed?
Yes, because let's say mentally, educationally, even if she has gone to school, but a lady that is still a teenager, 18, 19, haven't gotten much experiences, doesn't really know life. Compared to a lady that is 30, you can't compare an 18-year-old to a 30-year-old lady. A 30-year-old lady has gone through life, has seen things and is experienced, but an 18-year is just a child that graduated from secondary school and just got to the university.
So what happens if the age is not a number?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Age is not a number. Now we've seen what happened now since she got married. And even if she was to get married, we have guys that are literally 20, 21. But she going to someone that was about 50-something is a no. Like that
but
gap
do you
was
think
just
that
too
if
much.
she had married a 21 years old guy, that the marriage would have lasted better?
If she had married a 21-year-old that is compatible with her, it would have lasted.
What makes a person compatible to each other?
Having their temperament that is compatible enough.
No,
Because
that is not
there
enough
are
reason.
people, it's not age that makes compatibility.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, you just said it now. It's not age.
It's
And
not
she's
age.
going somewhere.
It's not age that brings
makes
in
for
compatibility.
compatibility.
Yes, we have people that are compatible irrespective of the age or not. Let's say, for instance, like a temperament, we have people that are choleric and we have sanguine. So a choleric and a sanguine getting married might be a disaster because these people, their weaknesses is anger. So two hot-headed people coming together to cohabitate together, that means at the end, they might end up doing something. Okay, let me say, in the aspect of Regina and her husband. Regina is this kind of person. She's an extrovert that just loves going out, and she's a Gen Z.
Yeah.
But the husband is an old school, the traditional kind of man that the wife needs to, yes, sir, worship and so
But
on.
the man
So these are two different people.
gave her a time, opportunity to explore all of that.
Yeah, because she was very,
because
very
looking at
free
her social media page, looking at the kind of pictures she was taking, the clubbing, the smoking, the husband gave her all of those places.
But that was her lifestyle, and the husband decided to choose her the way she was.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. That the husband
Yeah.
really did not hinder her from exploring all of those youthful exuberance and all of that. She was still exploring all of those things. The husband really did not hinder her.
Because if he did, we
And-
would have seen a big difference from
Yeah,
then
and then bringing up
and
the
now.
temperaments. Oh, you should know your temperaments. You're sanguine. You're this. You're that. People that got married in the olden days, our own maybe grandparents, those marriage lasted. They really did not even know if you
But-
had anger issues or if I have.
Do you know that in the olden days, why some of those marriages lasted was because women
women
weren't
tolerate.
enlightened. Okay, they were able to tolerate any kind of
Enlightened, or
thing.
they were scared.
No, they weren't enlightened. So they decide to remain there. They just know that marriage is for better, for worse. So most of them were willing to die in that marriage since they are in their husband's house. You don't have a right, olden days, to move out of a marriage, as in how. So it is now that women are educated, they are
So for now, we send
enlightened.
you back. No,
Yeah,
then as you're even going, they're telling you that don't come
They are
back.
telling you, don't come back to this house. So whatever your husband is doing to you, you just drop the key, and then you just suffer it
But
like
they had
that.
quarrels then.
They had quarrels.
They
Who used
had
to
quarrels,
hear
but
it?
the thing is that
The thing with Regina Daniel
okay.
and Ned is that they did not court.
There was no courtship.
There was no courtship.
But she had trips with the man. The thing is
You need
that
to have like at least 3 to 6 month courtship.
Sometimes it's not even enough.
All
It's not even
even
enough.
here,
There are people
for you
that
to even
will
understand
date for
somebody.
years.
the thing is
Now,
that
for Ned to allow her do all those things doesn't mean he really liked it. He might just, okay, she's young, let me just, I married a young person, let me not, so that people won't say,
we will say exactly.
quotes,
So
you get-
that is
but
why.
doesn't mean he was
that is
enjoying
why
it.
Before
So
we
you
came
think
in
that
here,
was one of the reasons they are.
Maybe.
you know,
This could
I
be
mentioned the place of boundary before we came in here, and I said that if Ned has set a good boundary and tell Reginald, I'm your husband. If you're coming into this house, these are the things you should do. These are the things you shouldn't do. Reginald will still come on social media and said, my husband is giving me rules and regulations. People
You
tell
think,
her,
I
why
don't
would
think
your
she's the kind
husband
of
give
person
you
that would
rules and
come out to say that.
regulations?
No,
At the time,
Yes.
she wasn't, because she was enjoying everything that the marriage came with. So I don't think she
So
would
do you
have
think
set camera
that
to
there
say,
were no rules and regulations? Do you know if it was initial Regina Daniels and if she wasn't
she keep
married,
breaking
do you
them.
know how she would have really lived her social media life? Don't you think there were some boundaries? And irrespective of the life she was showcasing on social media, don't you think there were some level of boundaries
They
in
would
her
have.
lifestyle?
I don't think there is any difference between the life she's living now and the life she would have lived if she was like, if
There
she was a
is, though.
single woman.
There
Now,
is.
there is in the
Because
fact
now
that
she
there is
looks
more money.
modest.
Yes.
Act more responsible.
But then she still smokes to the media. She like she posts videos of her smoking and doing all of that, clubbing, wearing all of those shorts. and all
Video
of that.
came after.
No, there are videos of her and all of that. Even when she like a birthday video and then she's on makeup and she's smoking, as a senator wife, you're not supposed to do all of that because people feel, oh, you should be a role model. But then Ned really did not put all of that to her and tell her, oh, if I'm a senator, you're not supposed to be doing all of that. Ned allowed her to live her life. And so when people talk about domestic violence, I'm like, those are even situations that should even lead to domestic violence because if you are married to me and then I
I
come
tell
to
you
you and
something and you
then
not
doing all of that on social media, I'm supposed to raise my voice at you and some men might want to hit. And then, so if Ned did not do all of that, it means that there were like some level, like Ned, there were like some neutral ground. Ned really did not want all of those troubles. So that was like just allowed her to live her life and all of that.
like he said, it's possible to allow her to live, but you don't like it.
Yeah, you don't like it because the other wife came out and said, Regina, you know that our husband, because the man like has multiple wives, our husband doesn't like alcohol. He doesn't smoke. You know all of that. And that has been your problem with him. That has been the reason they've been having issues. You get. But I know everybody will be like, oh, Ned knew that Regina was into all of this when he married her. But then the other wife came out to tell the public that Regina knows that Ned doesn't like all of this, and that is why they have all of these issues. And you'll be like, oh, Regina was already doing all of this, smoking, all of that. Now, you should know that the progress of the level of her smoking as at before she married Ned and now cannot be compared. By then, maybe she would just do maybe once in a day and all of that. Now the money is there. She has brothers that are into all of this thing. So it will become higher. And so Ned will be like, when I married this, it was not like this. So, and I think that is Ned is trying to fix that boundary now. That is why they're having all of these issues.
But did you hear that saying that it was Ned that introduced her into drugs?
I don't want to believe that story.
So
Why don't you want
to believe
Because the other wife came out and said, this Ned, and
How
wait,
is
Are you
that
the
a
other
man-
wife's sister?
Wait,
Not
what
that you are
the
so
one that
sexy.
introduced
now,
it to
what I'm
you.
saying is that
Yeah,
there is no image,
That's
there is
true.
no picture of Ned,
Introducing her to drugs.
no, drinking, or even smoking.
Of course, he's a
See,
politician.
let me tell you,
he's a very
he
responsible
he wouldn't
man. You
want
would not
to show
expect him
himself.
to show that part.
That he's
we
drinking.
both know who Reginald Daniel is.
No,
we
we
know how
both
she
don't
loves
know
to put
who
it.
she is.
She goes on private jet trip with
Let me
Ned.
tell you, do you know that the
And if
angel
not
you
see-
know is better than the devil you don't know? I mean, they said the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. Okay, he might present himself as
The
one
thing
angel,
is,
but you don't know.
you
But
should
how
know
to say that?
No, let me tell you something. Ned is a wealthy man, an extremely wealthy man. And if you know much about wealthy people, one thing they always do is to prioritize their health. And they have a doctor that gives them reports. Oh, don't do this. Don't smoke this. Don't take this kind of food. Don't take this kind of drink.
I will object to
don't,
that.
Yeah, don't do all of
Yes.
this. You get. Even though he might want to do all of that, but Ned is not a 40 years old man. He's like a 50 or 60 years old man.
60.
So there will be some level of restriction to all of that. But then Ned himself and the other wife has admitted that their issue is smoking. And if he was one that introduced Regina into drugs and all of that, I don't think he would want to now stop her from taking all of those drugs.
Okay,
I don't think-
why is it that he doesn't want to let her go? She says she doesn't want to stop doing those things. She's still doing them.
I feel
then she
Ned, you're
wants
not
out.
doing it. And she wants that so that she can do it freely.
The reason
Allow her go, let her do it
No,
then.
I think the reason, Ned said that she has to go back to rehab. And I think the reason Ned is saying she has to go back to rehab is because Ned knows that he doesn't really have so much year to live in this world. I'm sorry to say
Yeah.
that. But he knows that, okay, the next 40 years, in the next 50 years, he might not be here. And he has 2 children in our care. So I feel he wants the best for Regina. Okay, go to the rehab. Get fixed and all of that. So even when I'm not here, you can take care of those children. I feel that's the reason. I don't really think
But I
Ned
think,
wants us to come back into the
Regina
marriage.
said that Ned says she's sweet or when she's high on bed.
Those are rumors.
Those are rumors. How did you know that?
So
they
those
are
are-
There
those
rumors?
is rumor when it's from the Regina part and it's
Yes, but it's a fact when it's from Ned's part. Why is it so?
The thing is that would want.
Forget what old men can do. Forget what old men can do. You cannot just say maybe because he's old, okay, he's weak. Did Ned tell you he's weak?
No, I don't think any sane person would want a girl that has to be so high to, come to have sex and all of that. I like that. That's my opinion. I don't think, but the Ned I know, a wealthy
The
man
Ned
that
you know.
prioritizes the Ned I have, read,
Pictured
read
or
and all of
seen
that.
and you've read.
Yeah, I don't think he would want, he would want a crazy kind of.
What's giving
Don't
you
Let
that
me-
feeling?
can
don't
I
vouch
ask you a
for
question?
something.
This is making
Don't
you
vouch for
think so.
something you don't
Can I-
know.
can I ask you a
Because
question?
I'm giving my opinion.
That's what I'm
No.
saying. Because
Can I ask you a
you
question?
don't
Yeah.
Can I-
Would you have known that this Ned Nwoko now will marry 6 wives in
Okay.
this generation?
No,
He has
Let's just
always
say-
admitted to that
No,
his
no, let's
polygamous
that.
is
No,
not
it is
true.
If you knew him
understanding.
before now,
Now the
Would you
thing
think
is
he'll
that
marry 6
one
wives?
thing we don't know about men is that men, I'm not like trying to side the men,
No, we understand.
are like polygamous. They love, even in southern part of
Okay.
Nigeria, that we feel that a man should marry one wife. A man could marry one wife and have 10 girlfriends.
So you think it's okay?
It is not okay. That's to tell you that they want more than one wife, but because of the laws, because of what people will say, and that is why they've decided to just marry one and keep 10
So you're
girlfriends and all of that.
That's men. No, one of the reasons why you see people that marry more than one wife, if you look at them very closely, they are rich people
Yeah.
because they can afford
Afford
it.
it.
So are you saying
Even the
that
poor people.
Are you saying that the reason why a poor man would have one wife is because he does not have the financial capability to accommodate more than one? That's why he's staying. So there
Yeah.
is money. to
Even
go
a
for
poor
more.
man has more than one wife somehow. He would want to, a poor man that deals with, poor people within, he will still want to go and look for one girl and start talking to the girl and trying to convince
so-
the girl. So let me tell you,
Let's hear from
polygamy.
How true is this?
Polygamy, although wealth is a factor in polygamy, but
Yeah.
it's not the entire. Like you cannot really say wealth is the
see,
reason for polygamy.
polygamy, yeah.
has always been there. Poor people have more than one wife.
Wife, yeah.
There are lots of them.
Why
Even
for
yeah,
them.
they even have more
There
than
are
they
even
even
more
have a lot
poor
of
people that have more
children.
than one wife.
One
than
Wife
wife.
or girlfriend?
Eh?
Wives,
or
they
Wife,
want to
girlfriend.
marry.
Polygamy is polygamy.
See,
if
one
you're
thing
married
you
to
don't
somebody
polygamy
and
is
you
a
sleep
choice.
outside,
If you go
that's
to the
polygamy.
She's not
village-
your wife.
Polygamy is a choice.
It is a choice. If you go to the village where we have poor people, no, not all villages have poor people anyway, but most of the
those-
poor people
those-
are like in the rural area. You even discover that the men have more than one wives, and the other wives is not. It's not like doesn't have issues with it. Why? Because the poor
Wife
people in
or
the
girlfriend.
village, I mean,
The
wife.
wife. Okay.
The people in the village, they still hold on to these traditional beliefs about a man. Your husband can bring in any wife, and the
Let
husband,
me
the wife.
tell you.
It is even women. It is even people in the city that
So,
feel.
Let me
a
tell
woman
you, wait, let me
should
correct that. You
marry-
see where you're saying that those women don't have problem. Have you gone to polygamous family and see the kind of issues
The issue that
those people are
arises.
having?
No,
not just
no.
the wives, even to the children, the grandchildren, they are still having
no, I'm
issues.
not. That's not what I mean when they don't have issues. I mean
The children that
issues
will
I
still
mean,
grow up to
That
become
will grow up to
polygamous.
be
What-
no,
what
not
I
just
mean-
that. No, them now fighting themselves.
No.
Step
What I mean by
siblings.
there is no issue doesn't mean that there is no fight or misunderstanding or quarrel in the family. What I mean by there is no issue means that the wife really cannot do anything to stop the husband from getting another wife if he wants
Let
to.
me-
But
let
in
me
the
ask
city,
this.
I could steal my husband. I could take my husband to the court and tell him, why do you want to marry? But in the village, the wife, they
And
really
that's what we
don't-
are saying. That's
Let me-
traditional
let me
life.
ask
That's what I'm saying, that
You
the
see,
tradition still lies with
few
them.
days after all of that happened, Ned came online to say that he's sorry for men that has just one wife. That
They're like
having one
standing
wife is
with one
like you're
feet.
standing with one
One
leg.
feet, yeah.
Yeah. So, I want to ask, do you think polygamy is actually fake? Because some men will tell you that the reason why I have, let's go back to what you said, even the one that have one wife will still have multiple girlfriends. And they say the reason why I have multiple girlfriends is so that I will not stress my wife.
Yeah.
You know, she let her rest. So let others take over
Take
from
over.
do all of that. So, and they always want to paint it like they are actually doing the women a favor. So I married 3 wives. You don't get to cook every time because your mates will do. You don't get to do the bedroom activity. I will not
Because,
disturb
yeah.
you. So they always want to make it look like they are favoring
Favoring
the wife.
women.
Now my question
But are
is,
they
do you
favoring-
think? That's what I'm asking. Do you think polygamy is about love? Or is it about power and control? Because a man with more than one wife, I want to understand why you're getting more than one wife. That your one wife
It's not
will
enough
give
for you.
Well, in polygamy now, this is my opinion. I know you guys will come at me, yeah?
I will. I'm looking at you like this.
The ladies are the major factor.
Oh.
Ladies, you see that a man is married and you still go after him. you
Okay.
accept his gifts because it starts from there.
Yeah.
He starts providing. It's not that bad, though. Is it not like I read a post
Because
yesterday,
they think they will be
and
the
the lady
final and
says
the last boss
all the
point.
man does, the man
That's
is a
why-
pastor, and all he does is to suck her breast. They used to date before. They broke up because she said she was not a Christian. She was worldly. He married a wife.
The pastor
The
broke
pastor
up
said that she's not.
Yes, the
Are
pastor broke up with her. They were in school then. So he was not married to her. Then when he became a pastor, he got married to a church girl. But he still goes to her. He started meeting her, drives to her. Now he's well to do. Now he has some money. He goes to her and he pays her a lot of money.
I tell her to repent.
And all he does is just.
At least he's doing bad thing and then bringing souls to God.
No, he doesn't sleep with her. He only sucks the breast.
What
Oh, really?
It's like the death of a
So
born again
that's still polygamy to me. Do you get? So if you know somebody's married, just unless you're unaware, unless you cut it off guard, then I can now give you an excuse. But
most ladies that you see going after men that are already married is because they think they will be the last bus stop.
Word.
It's just them.
Word.
After me, I don't think you'll marry again.
Let's set that aside. It's a man's responsibility to be responsible. Okay, because as a responsible man, you know you have a wife, and then you see a girl throwing yourself at
Have you
you.
seen how you guys are built?
It is your place. No, I'm coming. It is your
So you are
place.
blaming
It is
the
your
women.
place to tell this girl.
We are moved by what we
please,
see.
Let it end there.
So are
No.
you saying that a man that has 2-3 wives is not responsible?
A man that has 2-3 wives, let's say if the society agree or this religion, but I'm talking about a man that maybe he wants one wife and then this one now comes in and flaunts herself and he can't control himself enough to tell this lady, I am married. That man is not
That is why to
responsible.
some extent they allow these men have.
Just keep the woman instead of going outside.
why do I feel
That
like
one is in the favor. You are just favoring the men. Because, okay, why is it that women now cannot say, okay, let me now keep this one as my second husband?
There was a time I sat back and I'm like, if you check the numbers of women we have in the world and the numbers of men we have in the world,
I hope you're not saying what you want to say. What
I'm not looking at you right now.
I'm trying to run away from this.
that strategy is not
I'm looking at
actually
you right now.
Maybe we should-
Okay.
Let's give her the benefit of
okay.
doubt. That's not what she
For
wants to
example,
say.
look at us. We have just one guy. Now imagine if someone wants to date a girl, one of us here, he wants to. How do you want him? Okay, he wants to date her, but then I want Sammy, and then you want Sammy.
So out of
too.
pity,
So
you now
Let me tell you, there are men for every woman. There are men for every lady. Don't just tell me that, because women are plenty, so that means men can now marry 5, 6,
So
6.
the thing is that,
So that
when you said there are men for every lady, if they want to, let's be very realistic
No.
here. Let's not just say there is a man for every woman. Because I used to also think that you have to find the rip of your rip and all of that. But when I see popular pastors, when they lose their wife and then they go on to marry again, I'm like,
Maybe that's the second rip. No, there's always a spare rip.
if there is a rip for, like, it means that your first wife was actually your rip.
Yes.
So this one you're married
According to that, it's
now.
scriptural now. Now, have you
Let
seen
me tell you.
now culture and religion is playing a major role in this as well. Culture and religion. The Muslims
can
accept more wives. The traditionalists, like Ned is from a real family.
Yeah.
I'm sure his father married more than one wife. So it permits that.
That's what I'm saying. Those
Christianity
children
does
to
not.
follow.
Yeah.
So you
Come
get
polygamous in
so
nature.
that as well is also a factor. Like now in the scripture, like you said, it's allowed. Like if you're married and your wife dies,
And
you
you
can
die,
remarry.
yeah. That means that rip
You can
is
remarry.
gone.
That's not polygamy.
Yes, of course, that's not.
Yeah.
Polygamy is when you are married
It
and
means, no, if we're saying that there is a man for every woman, when you marry a wife and she dies, you're not supposed to remarry, because if you're remarrying now, you're marrying somebody's wife.
in the marriage, they say, till death do you part.
No,
Yes,
I know
so
that means you're not supposed to remarry, because if you remarry, you are marrying somebody
But-
else. If, for example, if you have
No.
one man, we have one woman waiting for that one man. If I go and marry that woman that is waiting for this other man, it means that other man will be single.
when they married, what did they say? Till your death do us part.
It means
Till
that
death do us part.
Once you're gone, another rip is
Another rip,
generated.
yes,
Oh,
surface.
that means
Another
you
rip
have
is
to wait
there.
for them to
Whenever a
give
rip
birth.
became a rip,
Yes,
that's
Yes.
just
So
it.
it means
No,
that you have
to
to
balance it.
No, if God made, let's say that, how am I going to put this thing?
God
If
created
one
Adam and
person
Eve.
can marry more than, what I'm saying that sometimes a man can marry more than 4 wives and all of that, and he doesn't mean he's irresponsible. It means that
Responsibility is relative. What
if we
is
can,
responsibility
yeah,
for you is not
exactly.
the same.
If you can marry a man and the man dies and you go on to remarry, it means and your person you're remarrying to is not evil, does not harm you, does not do anything, it's good. You feel, in fact, you feel it's the right rib, that the one that died was not even your
Was the
own
one you mistakenly took.
Your neighbor's
it means
rib.
that somehow, a woman or a man can marry multiple partner, and then it doesn't mean that they're doing the wrong thing and all of
No,
that.
the issue is
But
actually married. No one is late. You're marrying them,
and
you
then you're
put
just
them
bringing
together.
them.
now,
there.
if
And then
the
you're
woman,
bringing
if
the
the woman
girlfriend
has
and
sex,
one wife.
the thing is that there are
that's
some
cheating.
women.
That's not polygamy.
That's
No, the women sometimes be like, if we're getting married,
Polygamy.
That's not polygamy.
some women be like, if we're getting married, if you tell me that you're going to remarry, like you're going to get another woman along the way, I won't really have issues with you getting another woman.
Really?
You get- There's some women
You're
like
okay
that,
with that.
but they be like, you have to tell me that you're going to get another woman along the way.
So are you
So-
team
so now-
polygamy or not?
I'm not saying polygamy like.
woman
So
can
like,
polygamy.
I'm not.
A
No,
woman-
but I'm not saying that.
Are you okay being in a marriage where a man?
Has
If
more
the
than one
love
wife.
can be shared
Possible.
equally,
What makes you feel
to
that
some
the love will be
extent, the love will be.
Wait.
Now, let me tell you the reason women
Your portion
hate.
is enough for
Let
me,
me tell you the reason. Most of the reason why women hate polygamy is because they feel I was there when the man had nothing, and then you are just coming in, because most of the second wife always come in when the man already has a car and all of that. So the woman will like when we're living in one room, you were not there. So she feels that she feels cheated. Do you get? Because she wished the husband, why didn't you bring this woman when we had nothing? Let her follow and go through what I'm going through.
No,
After I have
I
dealt
don't
with
really-
you. No, that's
one
one of
idea.
the reasons.
for polygamy is always childbearing. Maybe the first wife.
Okay, let's say for
Not
instance
continue.
now you're in you have a husband, and then he now tells you, okay, sweetheart, I love you, but there is this girl now that I'm seeing, and she's just catching my attention. I think I love this girl, or you just suspecting your husband is doing something, and then finally you caught him and you say, okay, I just love that girl. She's my side chick, and so that means you will still buy the idea. Oh, because it's polygamy, you can go ahead and do whatever
that's
he
what I'm
wants to
saying.
do.
That when you're married,
Do what you want to do, like
Can have as multiple women because it's the man's nature to
that's
be
what I
polygamous.
mentioned, that when you're married, you have to communicate with your wife. If you marry your wife and then you don't tell her, babe, whatever thing, that along the line, I would like to get a second wife. You have to let her know. If you don't let her
Before
know
the
and then get her
marriage.
consent,
Okay, that means-
before the marriage,
So basically,
get her
that's an
consent.
open relationship.
It is not.
The woman is not allowed to.
You see, you can have somebody
Now,
else.
can add
one
whatever
thing-
we
And
want
you
to
too can
add.
have
One
somebody
thing we
else.
fail to understand is that
No, in our
That's
place,
my
women are
problem.
not supposed to
That's
have.
my
It's
problem.
only men.
That's my
And
problem.
you see,
Women are not. You are
this
still
polygamy
to
thing,
stay
see this
there.
polygamy everything, yeah? Now it's always the men are always happy having more than one, but once the lady has another man,
it's
That's
a
my
problem because the
problem.
woman is supposed to have more than one
Since we
man.
want to be
Okay,
very
but a man
selfish,
can go
let's not
ahead
be
and cheat
selfish.
as he wants.
No, you're not supposed to cheat when you're in a marriage.
But okay, open up and tell your wife
If
that
you want to
I
marry,
want to bring
now the
this
thing
person
is that
in.
whatever thing you're doing, if you're cheating, it's a sin. If you want to marry, maybe along the line, maybe childbearing issues or whatever thing, you just want a new woman. You're not supposed to go out and start having sex. You're supposed to tell your wife that you feel you want to get another woman. But whatever thing,
what if she says she
What are
wants
you
to divorce
feeling,
him?
Kwa?
That if
Now-
you're getting another man, she will leave.
Exactly. So that is when some of you come into agreement. She tells you, no, I don't want this marriage. If you value your wife so much, you will leave the second wife and then stick to your marriage. If you don't value her, you would want her, anything you want to do, you can go on and do it. I'm going to do what is in my mind and all of that. So what I'm saying is that there has to be an agreement. There has to be an agreement. And I said that most of the reason why women feel so pain about polygamy is because they feel cheated. If I build with you and you go on to marry after we've built so much, you go on to bring in a younger girl, I'll feel hurt.
But the truth, that thing you said, the truth is the ones I have seen, and even the ones that Nollywood has always shown to us, the man has this special feeling for the first wife.
True.
The men would always treat the first wife better.
That's if you marry a sensible man, and that is what a
It is
sensible
always
man
like that.
should do.
Whether sensible
So,
or not
like I
sensible.
said earlier, women
there
are
are
the cause
some-
of all this. One,
Why is a woman
if a man is married and you know,
Run away
and
from
you-
him.
and you're open to it, you encourage it, you accept it from me. One, two, your wife they married initially. How are you treating the man? How are you treating the man? Most
So
men.
you're blaming?
Yeah,
You know what?
Wait now.
Okay.
You're in a marriage and you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're always nagging. Maybe the man does not like nagging. He needs peace when he comes back
So he
from
didn't
work.
know that before he married her.
Wait, let's
know
drop
that.
that
That shows
aside.
over
Do you know
time.
that?
It just happened.
Do you know that
Became
there
a
are
nagging
women that are giving their husband peace, but they still go ahead to marry, or let's say have a side chick outside?
True.
Some of these men will come up with excuses. Oh, maybe she's not gaining weight. She's not looking as beautiful as she was when I got
She's
married
tired
to her.
on bed.
That one is even very
that-
condescending. The very nice, sweet excuse was what I said earlier. I don't want to stress her. Let me just keep her.
You
Then
can
this other
imagine.
one be doing the whole work, and let me just. That's the one that is making me.
There is no excuse
So you feel like
for
you're
cheating.
doing the woman a favor?
But now,
Thank you.
when it comes to polygamy, the question is, now you have different religion. Muslims say marry more than one. The traditionalists say marry more than one. Christians say marry one. So if you're a Christian, and like I am, the only issue I have with polygamy is that the Bible says marry one.
Yeah.
And secondly, the after effect of polygamy, the children suffer at the end. Start struggling. You know, this thing where you have
Well,
brothers
all
that is
those
your same
things.
mother. The love is different when it has to be the same father and not the same
Hatred
mother.
will come in.
Besides that, polygamy
Should be
is okay. It has to be. It's a personal thing. It's a personal thing. It's not. You cannot judge somebody.
It
because
doesn't
it's
make that
Yes.
person
the wife
more
that married the
evil
man
or
is
less
okay with
evil.
it. If the second wife and the first wife are okay with the marriage, who are you to come and say?
But if you're not okay in the marriage, just
It's
divorce
better
her,
you
let her go, and then you bring your woman in.
And that's the situation with Regina.
But
Daniel. She's not okay in the marriage,
that will
but
not
she
be
cannot.
fair.
She was okay, but she saw that the man had multiple wives, and then she went in. Maybe she thought that she would be.
So you
is there
think
any
some
other
of these
one?
are issues? Do you think that some of these are issues? Is not also part of this wife Malhala?
You think the man
Because
is cheating?
there was a time she had issues with the other wife that left and came back. One the Moroccan, I think the fifth wife or so. I think it was her birthday and there's something she posted or something. You know this thing where everybody wants to get
She has
attention and
always
say
been
they are the
very
main
petty.
wife. So also it's also a factor.
But
as
we've
well.
seen that Regina Daniel was that wife. She was that wife, not that
I
very
won't be
wife.
surprised if Ned married next year or married
He
another wife.
might, if Ned wants to
I won't
get
be
married by
surprised.
next week, even tomorrow, he would marry.
Do you think the mother or the father would have done more to protect that girl?
Yes.
They would have, because let me say, if I'm a mother and then my child is 19 and an old man comes in to say, oh, I want to marry your daughter, I'm a billionaire, I'm ready to change your life. No, I would not accept that. Rather, I would train my child to be financially independent. She don't need to depend on anybody, because as a woman, when you have your own money, you will not be able to tolerate any shit from anyone. When you have your own money, you have that value. You set standards for yourself. So if I'm a mother and then a man comes in, and my daughter is saying, Mommy, okay, I am in love at 19, 17. I'll tell you, auntie, sit one place. You need to develop in different areas. Academically, you develop mentally. You're not ready for marriage at the age of 19. Where are you going to? What do you want to go and do? Let's say from 25 up, you should be ready at some point. But when you are 19, you are just basically a child and can be treated anyway. So I would, as a mother, advise my daughter.
19 years
19.
If you're 18, 19, I think you shouldn't use the word child. You're no longer, you're a full adult.
You are a full adult.
You could be a baby
physically
to meet the parent,
parent.
but whatever, if you commit a crime at that age, they won't hold your parent. You'll be held responsible.
But I don't still think 18 should be that age where a child, or let's say an adult now, can just go into marriage.
Do you know that if
especially
she
a
even
girl.
went into marriage with a younger person of her age, would have maybe given her some slack. But the gap and said you're in love.
And you know
before
that
you were already
Gen
in it.
Z,
No,
Gen
I
Z
don't- I
and that
disagree.
traditional, they have two perspectives, like two different opinions. Because the
People
traditional
think-
man
people
now,
think that as a young girl, you're 18, 19, and you want to get married. It is advisable. If you ask some aged women, mature, they will tell you it's advisable to even marry a man that is older than you, because they expect they assume that since you don't know yet, the man knows, so he will bring you along.
Do you
But
think
your-
there should be a bracket?
But the whole
Max
idea
is 10
of
years.
marrying, you're 18, then marry somebody of that same, I don't think any parents would approve of that.
but do you know that
They'll feel
age
you
gap,
struggle
both
in
of
the
you, they say the
marriage.
both of you are just
that
there's
age
nothing
gap
you
now
will-
will now be like a father and a child marriage, because they are not couples anymore. Couples are people that
No, they are couples. Why
No,
are
they are couples, but they are not couples. Because there are people when you get married to someone, let's say 5 years, 6 years older than you, like people still have some things to share in common.
Yes.
But what do you expect from a man that sees you as a daughter and then you're looking to him as a father and you are going to rub his head?
But she saw all of this thing. She knew this man. The man wasn't 20 when she married this man. She saw all of this thing. The man had the money. Do you think if Ned was a poor man, Reginald would want to marry Ned?
Me.
Do you think Reginald's mother would want Reginald to marry Ned?
And that is
if
what I'm
Ned
saying.
Was a poor man?
That's what I'm saying. The first mistake she did was going for the greed. She was greedy. Going for that money.
Now,
she was greedy.
The problem we have is that nobody is really to portion this blame to Regina. Everybody feels, oh, Ned, why would you marry? Regina accepted to marry.
No, people still blame Regina for marrying because of money.
Have you guys-
but for the
have you-
fact that she was being abused doesn't mean they will just have to close the fact. Okay.
Ned, okay. Do you mean what
Did you
kind
guys,
of
have you
abuse?
guys, did
You
you guys
never-
see,
she said-
Did you guys see the marriage photo of Regina Daniel? She was looking sad. In the
She
photo.
wasn't. It looks like she was forced.
Let me tell you,
But let's
Mother forced her into that marriage.
But she came
Her
out to say
mother
it was
said
not the
she
mother.
never forced.
Who wouldn't want-
Let me tell you.
She's her mother's bestie, of course.
No,
But I don't want
Reginald
to- I
friend
don't want to put all the blames on
Jaroma.
the
Reginald
mother.
friend Jaroma came out
Eh?
and said they plotted
Leave-
the whole.
leave the
story.
friend, leave the
now,
friend. She has
the
no say
mother
in the
never
marriage.
forced her. Even on BBC, the mother mentioned that Reginald found love.
Which
Ned
love?
even said that the first day he saw Reginald. Yeah, she's an adult. She can find love
Mine,
anywhere.
I'll blame the father. I'll
so
blame
you're
the
not
mother.
saying
The
that-
father wasn't even in the picture. Because I
I'll
think
blame the father. You are the
advocated-
father of the child. You
father
have a say in your
advocated
daughter's
against the
life.
marriage.
You cannot allow
Wait,
your
do you
wife
mean
to
that-
overshadow you and push your daughter into.
But has
There are
Ned,
some
has
homes
Ned,
where it's the wife that is giving.
she was the head of
Maybe
the
the
so.
husband was
It
not.
shouldn't be so. That's why they said
Now,
the
do
father,
you
the man
mean
is
that
the head
Ned,
of the home.
has Ned in any way ruined Reginald's life right now?
Yes, she has ruined her life because what's
How?
happening now is like her life is ruined.
How is it ruined?
Let's say being introduced into drugs and
She decided she has always been into drugs before she married
but
Ned.
not to this level. That
To this
they
level
are
is because
currently.
Ned spoiled her with
It's
a lot
just
of
like
money
sin.
and she could
And you
not
know
there is
invest.
small sin
And
Ned,
big sin.
while she
sin
was
is
with
sin.
Ned, she went to the university. She got a master's degree. She traveled out. She has children.
But do you think she wouldn't have achieved all of that if she was on her own? You know, she was already becoming a star on her
already a
own.
star.
She was an
already a
up-
star.
She was an
She would have
up- she was an
achieved all those
upcoming
things.
star
She was an
before she
upcoming
married
star.
Ned, right? But what did Ned do? Ned enhanced those process for her. She didn't have to spend so much money. I can bet that all of the money she used in all of her degree, it was Ned that was
Yeah, it
funding
was
it.
Ned, but
Taking
that
care
doesn't
of
No, it is her
Yeah.
husband. So Ned
Yeah.
did not in any way ruined Reginald's life. He did not. He gave. He
parents
even
did.
mentioned he gave the mother hundreds of millions of naira. Gave bought some equipment for the brother. For the brother was into music and all of that. Empowered Reginald and all. Ned did nothing wrong.
But
Ned,
you know
But that
the
man-
only wrong he
Listen.
did was marrying a 21 years old
that
girl.
she went in because of the money. And there's a video that came out where the mother said that they
Right.
sponsored.
With
his-
Now the
$50,000.
thing is, let me
Billionaire.
tell you, as a wife, you always want to like prove a point to your husband if you have the money. If your husband is
The
running
money
for
that
a
he made you
position, if your husband is
Money
running
that
for
you
a
get back.
position, you can tell him, "Oh, sweetheart, I want to support you with 50 million, 100 million, or whatever amount you have." So I think that was what Reginald did at that
Can I
moment.
come in
She
there?
gave the man $50,000, which I want to be sure that
Allegedly.
the rate.
No, she not
Okay, yeah. The mom said she gave the man $50,000, which as at then the exchange rate should be in naira should be with the maybe let's say 550, 700.
Was it Regina that gave her mother?
The mother said Reginald gave Ned
Regina's
Nwoko.
funds.
Now,
See, let me tell you,
if you look at the current
women will only give you
exchange,
money when they know that they'll get it back from you.
yeah, no, wait, I'm going somewhere. If you look at the
She has
current
gotten
exchange
the
rate of that
Okay.
$50,000, it is about 75 million naira. I'm sure as at then it should be within 50 million, maybe 30 million or 20 million. Do you get? And now Reginald Ned has come out to say that he has given in the space of 2 years, he has given Reginald Daniel's mother about 100 and something million naira. Compare it to the investment they did of $50,000. Compare it, and then compare all of
you want
the
to count
progress
that, so
Reginald
you
has
should
made.
also
But do you
come out
think
and tell us the things we have been doing.
money is enough reason for someone to abuse someone or someone to remain in an abuse?
We can't even tell if he was
We can't
abused.
tell.
If this
If
man-
she was
we
abused,
know
she said that she was
Reginald is a very
abused.
outspoken person. She's a social media person. If Regina was in any point abused in that marriage, I don't want to like say abuse did not happen. It could be it happened at this last part of the marriage. But while she was there, while she was giving birth to those boys, if she had any abuses, she would have spoken up. And mother would have spoken up.
Not everybody
would have spoken up.
Not everybody.
Why do you think she would not want to speak up?
Not everybody wants to speak up.
Why do you think she would not want to speak
she was
up?
already enjoying that money.
Do you know how
she was enjoying the money
and the mockery, like she now bringing
So
this
do you think
up.
the mockery is not on now?
Yes, she just decided that she can't cover up again.
That's a big lie.
So what are you thinking? That she wasn't abused?
I don't think she was so abused that, I cannot bear it anymore, and then she has to come out to the social media.
Is it domestic abuse? Or
Yeah,
that's what I was saying. Is it domestic?
Yes,
There is
domestic.
no,
Okay, are you trying to say that Ned did not abuse her in any form?
I'm
not saying.
Do you think Ned too was not abused in the marriage?
Exactly. Do you know how toxic Regina must have been?
How?
Because he hasn't come to say.
If they said,
I feel Ned has been abused in that marriage, because if you look at the video Reginald posted when the man wanted to use the restroom,
do you know what she's
enough
even doing?
abuse. Imagine if it was Ned that posted that similar.
with it, because if he sees his response,
What will it if the man
Let me tell you,
should kick against that video, people will still drag the man
that
off.
said that she doesn't mind crying in a private jet.
For what she said, she doesn't mind crying in the private jet. But at least she was already crying. She was already giving. She was already giving the public. She was already giving the public a hint of what is happening in her life.
With a very loud mother.
There is one picture
with a very
I saw.
loud brother. You think if Ned was hitting Reginald?
See,
do you know the benefit?
Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me tell you something. There was this video I see. I'm coming.
Maybe they've talked so much that they don't want to.
She said in poor homes they call it domestic violence, but here we call it.
No, they said that was an addicted. They said that was an addicted book. That was an addicted post. There was a picture of her that was circulating online. She was like beating her water and all of that. So they said this was an addicted Facebook post, that she never made that post.
But you are not Regina Daniels. You are not the one. You are just saying what the social media wants you to see. You are not there.
What I'm saying is that if the domestic violence, if there was so much domestic violence, which is like hitting, beating, not emotional abuse, beating in that marriage, I am very sure that with the way Reginald Daniel is, she would have made it known to.
And also
social
maybe the
media
mother would have.
The mother would have.
Every mother.
She wouldn't even stay in that marriage up to now.
That says that you cannot really, when you are bribed, you cannot really speak up.
So the bribe is not coming anymore.
When the mother has so much, she cannot speak up.
That means.
So how about now?
So
now she has finally spoken up.
It means that probably the money is not coming again.
It's still coming, but she said she cannot do it again. Like the violence is too much.
What violence? It is normal for a woman to always come out to accuse the man of
No, it is not normal. It is not normal. Don't say
Samuel
that.
said something. He said he blames the father and the mother. So I want to know why you think so.
Yes. So in as much as the parents were not together anymore, the father still has to say, this is Africa. When you're doing all these things, consider Nigeria as a different entity from the world.
Yeah.
We have the way things are run here, things are done here. The father still has to say, this divorce thing, we just started hearing it, but has been happening. Parents used to separate, and children are still loyal to their fathers and mothers. Now my take is, in as much as Regina is an adult, she was still under her parents' roof. That's one. Two, she didn't get that much exposure. She was a celebrity, know that, but she hasn't fully developed, like she said. She hasn't fully gotten that emotional intelligence to go into a marriage with an elderly man with over 40 years difference. Do you get? The father should have stopped the marriage, or should have given her more time. Do you get? So not saying the mother was and saying she fall in love, but she already had a boyfriend. How did she fall in love with a 40-year-old instead of a 50-year-old man? I'm confused.
She even had a boyfriend.
She had a boyfriend.
She wasn't too young to have a boyfriend.
She had a boyfriend, then she had to break up.
Exactly.
She wasn't too young to have a boyfriend at that time. If you can, it's just like getting money from a man. And you're like, I cannot marry him, but you can get money.
You know that there's difference
Why are you getting money from somebody
being
you
in a
cannot marry?
relationship with someone and getting married to someone?
I know.
Marriage now, do you know the kind of commitment that is now needed in marriage? Whereas in relationship, this one can just visit this
But
one.
in relationship, you don't know what they were doing. Probably the relationship she had with the guy involves sex. Do you get? When you get into marriage, is it not that same sex you're going to have?
You cannot compare the sex you had in relationship and the one you have in marriage. Because this one now, the one you're just doing, just 1, 2, but this one you're doing in marriage now. Every day, 2-4-7, every day.
Okay,
My opinion.
No, but at the end now, come
in terms of
baby,
the parents, that
is
the
there.
mother, because I think the mother really championed the whole thing, and the father just stayed out, which is wrong. That's why
The father didn't actually
hold on.
support the marriage.
The mother, they saw a way out, a provider. That from this man, the family settled. Whether we walk we no walk
and maybe it's even a
family will
plus, and they
settle.
be like, okay, maybe after 5 years you come out, just go there. Because Ned,
I don't know about that, but
if Ned was to be a poor man, do you think
they wouldn't?
Now, about Reginald Daniel's father, he was never in the picture. He advocated against the marriage.
Yeah, so I
and
saw
they were not even married as they're like Reginald's mother and the father.
Let me
were
give you
not-
an example of what
were not
Regina
married.
Daniel's father did. Now, see, why I'm very angry at him. Because I always go after him. Now, see now, let's say we're in a setting and I have a daughter and somebody's abusing my daughter sexually, my teenage daughter. And I gotta say, I'm against this. So. The way I will beat, rough handle that man physically with law and everything. That's what I'm using an example. Somebody is maybe sexually abusing my teenage daughter. And I now come and say, I'm against this. Is that the action? Are you supposed to take action?
is what
You wasn't taking action. What do you mean by you're
I have
against
to
it?
tell you that.
This is what I see. You know, there is right from time. Regina Daniel, the mother she was an actress. She was doing well, but at the time, it was as though Regina was the one really carrying.
She was the
everything.
breadwinner.
Yeah, and there's something that comes with when a child knows that he or she
He's a breadwinner.
even the parents would not be able to say much.
Because they
to
know that
correct-
is where their bread is coming from.
Exactly. So maybe that was the case. They could not interject or tell her, don't do this, just because they
And
don't want to.
it still takes us back to the point that the reason they could not was because Ned was a wealthy man. Not even was Ned is a
People are
wealthy
saying that
man.
Ned would have seen that she was a young girl.
But why did he
wouldn't
go
have gone
for? Why
after
did he
her.
go for that kind of a little
Ned
girl?
took him like
When-
children.
when
She's
they
a
are-
little girl, she's an adult.
You sound like she was 5 years old.
She could drive. Before
Let me say, you
before she even
cannot
got married
compare
to Ned,
At
she
his
was
age,
driving.
if he was to get married, there are women that are 30.
Like, what is the chances of
And
not
he
meeting
is
Regina Daniel in
rich.
your circle at his age?
At his
That's
age,
to
what
tell
was
you how
he
exposed
going for?
she was. That's to tell you how exposed Reginald
How
Daniel
did
was
she
at
even
that
meet
time.
the man?
How did
She
he
was
even
one that
go?
even went to the man. She went and was doing.
How did you know she was the one that met the man?
man? You know all of those. She was trying to.
Do you know the way
Because she
zaddies,
has
do you know
a
the way
target.
zaddies are looking after
Say
people
zaddies.
pray?
Zaddies.
Pray
It
to
is
just
not. Do
all
you
those
want to
little
say that-
girls to pray on.
That's-
Pray that
that's-
could
that's
Do you know
what-
how the
I
little
read
girls
that.
are looking for the
That's
men to pray on? Do you know there are girls that see a man that drives a good car and they're like, this man, I like this man. Oh. Before you know, they're trying to what church does this man attend?
But
You think those
with
things
the,
don't
let me tell you, with the
happen?
number of ladies
So
or,
you're saying
or
Regina
girls,
is a gold digger?
I'm coming.
She is a
With
gold
the-
digger, but she said that she was not digging grave. As at that time, she was digging wells, and
So
it
she
is
should
okay.
enjoy the marriage. Is that what you're saying?
So
She said she doesn't want the marriage anymore.
Okay.
And so if she wants to, she has
But being that
achieved
Ned
her
doesn't
aim.
want her to leave, what's going to happen?
What?
Since Ned doesn't want her to leave.
Why would she leave? If she wants to leave, she can leave.
Is it that he doesn't want her to leave?
But the
or
marriage wasn't
what's
done.
the
Wasn't,
That is just making
issue
sure that
with
she
wasn't
can
done
be
legally.
around.
It was a traditional marriage.
So wait, what you're trying to say now in that marriage is that Ned isn't her fault at all. He's the saint in that marriage.
No, for marriage to work, two person has to play their role well. Do you get? So Reginald failed in her role.
And then Ned.
Ned too fell in his role.
How did he feel?
And now Ned can really not play his own role too good if the person he wants to play the role on is not willing to work. And Reginald too, I don't think she really wants the marriage. She just feel let me just go out and
dig
explore,
it
because that's what we're talking about, this age. Yeah, she feels she's still in her 20s and all of that she has achieved. She has the money. She has 2 children. So she just wants to go out and explore. And I think Ned is trying to stop her from doing that. That is why.
But do you hear when the brother came out and said that he's
when
a
the video
narcissist
came out
also?
and all of that, people are saying, and Ned responded. That's the part where he now made us know that she's into drugs. He has been asking her to go for rehab and all of yada yada yada, all of that. So some person says that Ned is an elderly man. He would have played the bigger person. He wouldn't have responded immediately.
Why won't he respond?
So, do you think it was emotionally intelligent for him to respond?
Of
at the
course, he
heat?
has to respond because he's a sitting senator. He has to protect his image. He has to respond. Because the brother of Reginald Daniel were already posting so much on social media about Ned. All of those defamatory stuff and all of that. So he has to respond. And I'm very sure that Ned, being a well-trained lawyer, would not want to give out evidence that are fake and all of that. So I also believe that whatever story he's putting out with the social media is something that he can provide evidence for. Do you get? If you say
That man is powerful. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to answer to
If you say this
anybody.
girl is into drugs,
Not even to
when he said the girl is into drugs, he mentioned the names of people that he feels that are like bringing in all of these drugs and all of that. And the names of the people he mentioned, if you go to their page, you will see them. They're into all of these drugs too. So it is not like, oh, this person is a Christian brother. You went and mentioned his name.
Do you guys know that drugs is a crime in Nigeria?
Because I'm asking why those people make names that they mention.
Everybody, including Ned, should be convicted if truly what they said is true, because he encouraged
we need to confirm all these things first, because if you say that if someone is a manipulator, that person will manipulate people into believing what he wants them to believe.
Okay.
And for him to be a well-trained lawyer that studied outside
and his words, you know his way around words
and what to do. Regina currently she should be either 24, 26, I don't know. But you can't compare her to Ned. Ned is wise. That man.
He's wise. If you come out to say somebody's into drugs,
your grandpa isn't wise.
Okay.
He came out.
You cannot compare that.
He came out and said, Regina's brother Sammy is into drugs. Do you get? He's the one supplying. He mentioned one girl and all of that. And you go to these people's page, and you see them. They are smoking. Regina is there. She's smoking. They're always smoking. Is that manipulating?
But let me ask you.
If he wanted to help her, maybe he would have come out to say that earlier. No, I'm saying that because it feels like whenever men with power want to dismiss a woman, they always use the drug. She's into drugs.
But she accepted it.
You know the same thing with Baba.
He was wanting to make an allegation. He wanted to accept it. She accepted it. But he likes it when
she accepted it.
The family said that he introduced
her
her into drugs because she's sweet.
The entire family should be convicted.
Those are still
unverified story.
Okay, then how do you know that Ned's own is verified when if our own is unverified? This is the person that is wearing the shoe talking.
Saying that Ned loves her when she's high. On drugs and all of that.
So this is she's young and the husband now is older. So she might want to be high to be able to, try and you don't know what it means having an affair with an older man.
These people, irrespective of Ned's age and Regina's age, the gap difference, they've been married for 5 years or so with kids. So what really was now the issue in the marriage that they have to get to this point, which means from day one, it wasn't right. It wasn't right.
What's your ideal? Like, what if you picture marriage? What do you think a marriage should look like? An ideal marriage should be like?
An ideal marriage does not need external influences. That's what happened in their situation. People were just a lot of words everywhere. This man is billionaire. They were looking at the provision as number one thing. If the man is able to provide, then marriage is fine. But that's not true. There are so many things that encompass marriage. So the part where a woman needs to submit to. There are so many things that the man has his role, the woman has his role. Provision is just a percentage of the list of things that should be done in marriage. And they left, and I think it's very common in their culture. I can tell you, I have friends and I've had discussions about that before. And where somebody's mother said, don't come home without, if you come home with a poor man and your hand is day, I won't accept you. You can get married, but you suffer.
Why are they never telling the girl, don't come home when you are poor? It's always if you come home with a poor man. So she cannot be rich on herself.
Because when you're poor as a girl, it is manageable. But when you're poor as a family, when a man is poor as a family man, it is not manageable.
I would advise both.
It's not looking as though marriage is
most people
make
can
money.
Let me tell you something. If you're a lady and you're very wealthy, and then you marry a man that is not well to do, no matter how much money you bring, that marriage will not really, 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 really work.
How?
It will not really, 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 really work.
Because if the woman has the money and the man
does not have. It is different if the man had the money before and then maybe something happened and then he does not have.
Why do you think?
But if right from time now. A woman was never meant to be a provider in a home. You will get easily triggered when you begin to provide for everything in the house. Okay. A woman is supposed to support. Your husband brings, and then you support him. But the situation whereby you're the one providing, taking care of the children, doing that, you will get where...
You're saying when the woman is wealthier than the man. The woman might be wealthier than the man, and the man is still providing.
But the woman becoming wealthier, she's wealthier.
if she's wealthier than the man,
It doesn't mean the man is poor. He's
no,
providing.
I'm using the position. I'm using this. I'm like, in this instance, the man is poor and the woman is wealthy.
So you're saying that the man is not providing.
It's not providing. If you're
Because
poor, you're
even
not
a poor man
providing.
can provide
A poor
what
man
he
can.
can.
Once the man provides for the family, you are not poor. Once you can provide for your family, you are not poor.
That's why it's important to know who you marry.
Yeah. Once you
Cut
can-
somebody for a certain
Once
period
you
of
can,
time.
once you can, you're able
Don't
to
rush
pay
into
your
marriage.
rent.
You're not running
You can
anywhere.
pay the children's school fees. You can provide food. You're not poor.
Oh,
And because if you want to gather up all of those money, you use
your
it doing nothing.
This is car.
his friend's house as the spot where you guys meet all the time. Even collect loan and take you out.
That one is
spend
fake
some
life
money.
now.
Does anybody
No
take
influence.
loan to take a woman out?
You'll be surprised what guys do. Are you a guy?
People are enjoying like this.
I'm giving you hints now. Get to know somebody
That's why you know.
for a long period of time.
It's coming from a man. Listen, you should
You
bring
get,
pen and write.
men will do everything to, let's say, get under your skirt or anything. Men will do anything. Like now, we saw a video today where a guy proposed to a lady, I think during their personal parade, and the girl rejected it. They said, maybe the girl has a reason why she rejected it. Maybe give it time. People just met at NYSC and now you're already proposing. Give it time. Oh, I'm already seeing somebody else too. We're not married, so I have other options. Do you get? Don't just because the man is providing. Nigerian girls, they're giving you money, buying you things, sending money to your parents. You don't even know what the guy is
Providing
doing.
is very crucial
for
in
work.
relationship and in marriage.
It is.
People just
It
feel
is.
if a man can provide, that means that everything
Don't
is
finish.
tick.
I'll
Just
cry in
everything is
private.
But that's not it.
That's not it.
That's not what you
Sometimes
should
people
look out
feel
for.
that once
Yes,
you can
but it is
provide.
one of
It
the
is one of
important
the
things.
important things.
Yeah,
But that's
one of
not
the
the major
important-
thing you should look
Because
out
if
for
a
in
man
marriage.
can remember to provide for you, it means that. But that man
Because
loves
someone said this
That's a
afternoon.
fallacy.
Someone said this afternoon. He said he doesn't know what people do in a relationship. What they talk about. If it's just hello, have you eaten? Hello, have you eaten? and then when you not get to marriage, you not see you. And I'm telling him, even as basic as hello, have you eaten? It is very important.
It's very important.
Because I have seen marriages where the reason why the woman is leaving the house is because the man cannot afford the basic thing as food.
Yeah.
So conversation like that, because I'm not encouraging a woman not to have money, but when most time you just say because you're talking, have you eaten? I have not, and we always know that most time when the lady says she has not eaten, it's because she wants you to send money.
Yeah.
But sometimes that could be it could not be it. But when this happens several times, and what the man does is nothing.
you. Oh, please eat for me.
Baby,
They
please
say that
eat.
this is not where you should dwell. You should not dwell among these people because something is off. So I feel provision is also very important. As long as there are other conversation you should have pertaining to
But that
marriage.
should be like you should marry somebody that wants to provide for you, somebody that loves to provide for you.
And marriage, whatever works for you may not work. I can be in a relationship where the man is wealthier than the wife. He's providing more than the wife. You don't know. You can even work. You can go to another marriage and you see that the woman is even providing more. I've heard of women that we only heard the story when the man is now doing well.
Yeah.
You will not hear that for the past 20 years. It's the wife that has
there are
been
people
supporting.
that are like that.
Not doing it. One of the reasons could be the man is not lazy.
We're not disputing that, but is that the right thing to do? No.
Why do you think that's
Why
not
do
the
you
right
think
thing
it's
to
the
do?
right thing to do?
The
Bible says when you're married, you're one.
If
When you're married, you're one.
If the
So
man,
if you're doing better at
the
this
man,
point in life,
you shouldn't even run up to
doesn't stop
20
you from
years.
providing.
You shouldn't be, as a man, you should never be comfortable with your wife providing.
Yes.
So if you run up to 20 years and what are you there for? What are you there for? And your wife is providing.
so the one that is in the marriage now that they're providing for.
That's
What's happening now?
Some accident can just happen.
a woman that
somehow,
you're providing
somehow.
for. What?
You want to leave now.
And, the woman was
So
still
the only thing that was keeping her in that marriage was the provision. I've taken care of my brother's music career.
And she has taken care of all of them. She has achieved her aim.
What if Regina had the same
wealth capacity
for
as the
wealthier
man?
than
Do you
the
think they would-
husband.
Do you
have
think
been
she
a
would even
problem?
marry the man? Do you think she would have even married the man?
Yeah, I believe
Well-
if Regina did not marry the man, she would have gotten all she wanted at this time.
Should have
The way
gotten
her career
But
was
how many of
going.
our colleagues in the Nollywood industry are living the kind of life Reginald is living?
Well,
Reginald lives
they
she
are
she's
living a big life.
You know,
Okay.
it got so wide that if Reginald is wearing a red gown, she's driving a red car. That was what she was flaunting to us.
You see, this thing
She
was
had
driving
almost
young girls
everything.
to crazy marriages that won't work. All those. So that's why I say be careful of social media. What you see. You're seeing those things and
you don't know what.
You're like,
we don't know what is there.
Sometimes you know what is happening. You think you can handle it when you go.
What happens to building with
you know
somebody?
that these are conversations. This was because of this age. Oh, Regina. Now Regina is trying to play that.
I'm not saying that,
game.
but when you see somebody that has already built, you can enter. You don't have
you don't have to be the builder. The builder. Now the thing is that Regina, now she's coming out to Nigeria and she's crying out. She's making it look like like as if Ned
forced her.
Yeah, did her some kind of like as if she was doing Ned some kind of favor. So she wasn't doing Ned any favor to marry Ned.
All.
In fact, she wasn't.
So wait,
doing,
is it that Ned just saw this girl and then he was just madly in love with her and decided to marry her?
Because she wanted to marry Ned.
Let's say under
Who wanted to marry who?
Marriage has to be
Both of them
an
wanted to
agreement.
marry.
The mother said that when
household.
Regina went and saw Ned, she came and told her and said, I found love. That was what I said they will love them.
Don't believe everything you see on social
We
media.
don't believe everything. We never can tell.
Said that when Regina came and greeted him, he said, I'll marry you. Meaning
That's what the Ned said.
that was what Ned said.
Okay,
And Regina
I
mother
thought
said,
Regina
and now
said.
Jaroma, which is like their friend, said that it was a plot, that they plotted Ned and all of that. So she should just stop the victim card. Like she saw Ned and she loved Ned and she decided to marry Ned.
So but what if she's actually going through any form of abuse? What if she's actually going
If
through
she
any
should come
form
out of the marriage, if she's going
should
through
bring
abuse, she should speak out.
She should bring receipts.
She should speak out. You're going through
For you to fight
yes, but she's actually speaking out.
She's not speaking out now. Like
evidence,
she's just
evidence.
like saying a lot of things and all of that. And
I just think
that's
she
not
did
how to
not
speak out about.
she did not sit down to calculate a step.
That's how to
very well.
speak out about abuse. When it is about abuse, you hammer on abuse. You bring out, look at me, look at here. You bring out
But it's
evidence
not
of-
everybody that will always have evidence to show in abuse.
Any last word from you regarding all of this issue? Just one word or one sentence.
Well, one thing I always say is that before you get into marriage, just be so certain of this person you're getting married to. Don't just jump into marriage for the wrong motives. Okay, at least the both of you should have some sort of understanding with each other, but don't just jump into marriages because this person is richer or this person is younger or this person looks sweeter, or don't just marry for the wrong
People look
motive.
sweeter.
Just marry and
For
then
the
marry
right
for
reason.
the right reason and someone that has some
Oluwa Grace.
knowledge of understanding.
Well, if for me, advice to people or to Reginald.
To people. Regina,
Okay, if you want to get married, if one wants to get married, you should check out your motivations for getting married. Why do I want to marry this person? Does this person share the same value with me? And you should know that life is not bed of roses. And same for marriage. When you get into marriage, there will be challenges. And in marriages like the one of Regina that has a lot of age gap, you should look at factors like, okay, if I marry this man, what are those things that can come up? You should look at that. Try to say, okay, if this thing should come up, maybe property issues, how will I handle it? You should already visualize challenges that could come up in the future and profile solutions now. So I think Regina probably, I don't know if she and her mom did that or they did not do that.
maybe they did, but it didn't work out the way they wanted.
Yeah, because Ned is a tougher man. So if you're going into marriages like that, that's what you should do. What's this person I want to do? And it should be worth the sweat anyway. If you're going
Okay, Samuel,
What's sweat?
the man here, tell us.
Okay, so my advice would be that marriage is a constitution, and in that, in what I just said, that marriage is not a child's play. When you're going to marry, you need to understand what marriage truly is. What is marriage? It's not about give and take. Marriage you're going to bring in families. Now, all this front and back, Regina, Daniel and Ned, they've forgotten that they have kids, and these things will be there. They'll come and see these things. If they separate, it will affect the children's life. If they stay together, it will affect their lives, and subsequently affect the children's life. Because this fight will continue. It's so big that
The
such
online violence
issues in
affect us
marriage are not easily resolved like that. It doesn't just cool off and become harmonious all over again.
Because you've brought
Trust have been broken. A lot of things have gone on. So you
How
need
would they even start
you need to understand what marriage is. Go through the classes, cut this person for a period of time. Know the person in and out before you say, okay, I want to know if this person is a woman beater.
Yeah.
If you're able to take beats, if you want to be beaten, then okay, fine.
So people like being
But if you know you will not be able to take it,
God
then you
forbid
leave.
that kind
Also to the parents, train your child. don't give your child away just because of or the person has money or because of the things you will get as a family in return. Your child is not to your prize. Your child is a person that God gave you the privilege to bring into this world to also train, to care for, and not to see them as a trophy where, through them you will now, your escape route to wealth and success and life and all that stuff. So,
Well,
please.
for me, at the end of the day, a child should not be the provider in the
Breadwinner.
family, breadwinner. If that happens, glory to God. But I see a situation where parents make it look as though the children is responsible to come back
provision.
and take care of them. When a child does that, that's beautiful. But as a parent, if you get it right, don't always make your child look like just go out and bring for the house. Go out and that's why most children, they will tell you it's for home and they do things they should not do. But when it comes to marriage, do what works for you. What makes you happy? Do it. We've come to the end of today's podcast. And thank you, Oluwa Grace. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you, Emma. These people, they are fire. All right, please, if you haven't subscribed yet to our YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe, like, share, and share to friends. Yeah. Till we meet next time. Bye-bye. Comment, yes. Bye-bye.